We're in today with the RTX 3080. This is the best video card that I have apparently, and we're gonna take a look and see how it's running this video card with DSR and try to push this video card to 4K. Can I max out the details? Can I only keep it on 4K with low details? I want to see how much VRAM is using, how the core is doing. This is the Palit version. This was released in 2021. It's got 8704 shaders, 10 gig of VRAM, GDDR6 X Micron with 328 bits bus width, running at 1440 megahertz on the core clock with 1188 megahertz on the memory clock. The CPU of choice today is the i7 9 Gen because of the case, so I can fit this RTX inside. Let's jump in and see how this RTX 3080 is doing with 10 gig of VRAM. Alright, let's start with Forza Horizon. I never played this for a very long time, seriously. I think we can go 4K. How about we put everything off, no resolution scaling, put everything on maximum and see how we're doing. I'm gonna see how this video card is using. Alright, so I'm on max TDP already. Total power TDP 99, 316 watts, 17, 18 watts. So I'm gonna see if that's the maximum wattage. I'm gonna see how many watts is this. Wow, it looks so brilliant, seriously. Oh my god, it looks so cool. The lights, the shadows, the reflection, the resolution, everything is top notch with it. This is gonna be interesting because majority of the time when I'm going for a game like this, I'm interested in the amount of VRAM that is used. So this situation, I'm 8 gig of VRAM, but the core on the video card it's maxed out. Yes, I got like look at the core of look at the frequency on this video card. Like it's reaching nearly 2000 megahertz on the video card. I'm not saying this is not good, it's just that it's 78 degrees, you understand, with maximum RPM on the fan. That's something that I don't really want to suggest to somebody, you know. It feels like I'm crypto mining in Forza Horizon with maximum power on this video card. So I'm guessing it doesn't go above 320 watts consumption. So the GPU is staying very steady on this. And I like it. 79 degrees to get this, yes, on 4K. 320 watts maximum, you know, it's not something that I would suggest because it makes your room really hot. It's using maximum TDP, reaching nearly 2000 megahertz on the core clock. It's using 11.5 gig of system RAM. It looks and feels fantastic with the system, seriously. Let's try Hogwarts Legacy and see how we can push the card with this. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Good resolution, no upscaling. NVIDIA Reflex on. VSync is off. Motion blur, everything is off. So everything is generic. And I'm on ultra details. No upscaling, no nothing. I got like 18 gig of system RAM used. The CPU is holding, you know. In some situation, you can actually see there's a couple of spikes for the CPU. The average on the FPS doesn't help the GPU, but with the system, it's okay. It's not very stressed. So the whole problem is on the GPU side, not on the CPU side. So I'm okay with the system. I'm okay with the CPU. I'm okay with the system RAM. The only thing I can do is use some DLSS or upscaling in order to help the GPU not being stressed. Apparently, the GPU managed to reach maximum DDB, so there's no denying. And in order to benefit from the whole system, I mean the GPU, you have to put it on lower details or use DLSS. Okay, so first off, no DLSS. I want to see if I can put the render scale to, let's say, 1080p 50%, even though the resolution is that high. Okay, so if I put with 1080p render scale, out of the bat, you can actually see it's using only 220 watts. I noticed that even the VRAM, it's reaching now 8.7. So the core, it's only 50% loaded. Outside, it was lagging. Let's go back outside then. Inside the tower, everything is okay. Let's see where it struggles. Not inside. I don't care about inside. 8.3 gig of VRAM, 8.4 gig of VRAM. Let's go into the settings here. Let's See what we can do. 50%. We're gonna put it to 100% back. I'm gonna use NVIDIA DLSS Auto. Let's see. 21.1, 29, 20. Stays around 21 gig of system RAM. Okay, so NVIDIA DLSS Auto gives me 41 FPS on average. Yes, 23 on minimal, 25 on 1%, 8.3, 8.5 gig of VRAM, nearly maximum TDP, but it's staying around 270 watts. 4K, it's possible. I think with ray tracing, it needs to be not ray tracing on ultra, maybe low, medium, or something like this. Some DLSS on auto, or maybe a little performance. And it can do the job on 4K. There is no problem. Let's jump into GTA 5 and see how it's running. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. DirectX 11, 4K, FXA, MSI, VSync. I'm on ultra. I'm on maximum motion, no motion blur. All right, let's see how we're doing. 5.6 gig of VRAM used. Let's start with the casino, because in the casino apparently it's kind of weird to see the performance. All right, let's see. I want money. Money is the best. Can I appreciate the game with the system on 4K? Yeah, definitely. There's no problem with it. The system is delivering the performance. The only problem I have with this is the cooling. That is 77 degrees on the GPU. I think it needs maybe a new thermal paste. I freaking don't know, because I didn't change it since I bought it. So I think it's time to put a new thermal paste. But I don't think that's the problem. I think because it's on maximum load, 95% on the TDP, it's heating up the GPU regardless. Let's jump into Cyberpunk and see the settings we have here. I think it will be a very fantastic opportunity. Okay, so let's put it on ultra with nothing, quality, fidelity FX off, no sampling, no nothing, no upscaling. And we're gonna go and see how it's running like this. In Cyberpunk with ultra details, no ray tracing, maximum details, no upscaling, we get 40 FPS. I have to take a look and see how it's running like this, because it's kind of honky-donky, you know, this game, and it looks fantastic. This is how the system is working. 30 FPS on maximum details without ray tracing. I get the opportunity to see the whole GPU crumbling. 7.7 gig of VRAM being used. The core is maxed out. Maximum TDP. There's no denying the GPU is on its knees without ray tracing. What happens with ray tracing? Seriously, there's no ray tracing here, but there's no upscaling too. So, all right. So graphics. Let's start with maximum. I'm gonna see. I don't care. Overdrive. I don't know what's this. What overdrive? One, it looks fantastic. You understand? But 36 FPS. I mean, it's 4K. I'm not gonna lie. The CPU is reaching nearly 90 watts consumption. It's 60-70% loaded. The core on the GPU is maxed out. Maximum TDP, 1800 megahertz on the core clock, 25 FPS on average with 15 on minimal. I mean, the setting is okay, but I'm curious if that DLSS is helping ultra performance with the settings from there. So DLS helps on this situation. The light is awesome, the effects is awesome, everything is kind of nice with this. 7.7 gig of VRAM, no load is dropped from the core. The only thing it's added, it's 1 degrees on the temperature. We're gonna put it on low details, ray tracing. Let's see. With ray tracing on low details, apparently it gets better. 7.5, 7.4 gig of VRAM used, 97 on the core. Still maximum TDP. The less stress I put on the GPU, the more stress gets on the CPU. You notice now I'm reaching 100 watts on the CPU. Even the CPU now it's 100%. 74 degrees. It's okay for a nice 7-9 gen. I mean, ray tracing is good for this game because it looks bananas. I'm not gonna lie. It looks gorgeous. It runs really good. Now with this system, I get to play properly, because back in the days with this PC, I barely managed to play correctly. Okay, let's jump into World of Tanks and see how this magnificent game is running with 4K. I'm actually curious. Whoa. Okay, so ultra details. This is maximum details that is possible with this. 60 Hz, 10 2. Maximum resolution. Nothing here to to complain. Literally nothing to enable. Maximum detail. Okay, only 4.1 gig of VRAM used with this. This is crazy. Maximum TDP on it. The core is loaded. The GPU is put on his knees because of the core. Not because of the VRAM, because of the core. By the time I reach there, the whole game is done. It's kind of fun, you know, to play World of Tanks with Tog. Regardless, I see my performance in the game. I appreciate how it's working. This is opposite. In some situation, you can actually see the VRAM is limiting the GPU. But in this case, it's not even half used. 4.2 gig of VRAM used, maximum core. The whole thing, it's very well balanced in this situation. The CPU is doing a fantastic job. 61 on minimal, 92 on 1%. So the CPU perfectly with this. Still my... I hate you. Got like 3 HP with Tog. I did manage to do a couple of damages here. Let's jump into War Thunder and see how it works comparing it to World of Tanks. I put it on movie as a preset. Put it on full screen window. So it takes the resolution from the desktop and put the resolution on auto in order to work on 4K. All right, how are we doing? 6.2 gig of system RAM. This is a good performance. 63, 64, around 60 watts consumption from the CPU. The CPU is doing a fantastic job with 19 FPS on minimal. That's not okay. 5.2 gig of VRAM, but the core is maxed out. Maximum TDP. You know, 70 FPS on minimal. Oh, that is great. Can't complain about this. 55, 23, apparently if I stay in one place it will make it higher, but the moment I move around apparently I'm getting down. 79 degrees is an indication that the core is maxed out and the TDP it's real. It's not a joke. Now we're getting nice performance, but I'm actually curious why the core is 1700. I think it's dropping down in the frequency so it can maintain 80 degrees. That's the only explanation I have. This i7 9 Gen with this RTX 3080 is doing a fantastic job. The only problem I have is the temperature. That's the only thing that I managed to understand. It's heating up the core really bad. I'm guessing it's time to check it and see if I need to clean it. But on this project with... on this idea with 4K, with this system, with this RTX 3080, there was no problem. I think if the cooling is done properly, then you can release the power limit, maybe put just a little more, overclock the core, memory a little, and you get even better performance. That's the only thing, to have a good cooling system on this 3080. And the job can be done even with this video card, even with this system. So the 3080, it's way beyond enough for 4K. So what do you think? An RTX 3080 can do the job in 4K?